Yep.
All right, so this is Red October. This is my second major rifle competition. The first one I did was Cold War, which is about 2 weeks prior. Both were done with an AK47, and it's what I'm using here. They were sort of themed AK events, or at least I would say pre-ban rifles, but most everyone was shooting an AK here. You can see this obstacle with the swinging bridge. It's the first time I've ever seen anything like that, and didn't know what to expect. If you're super still, it's great, but as you're moving from site to site or target to target, this thing starts moving, and your sight picture just gets pretty wacky.
Shooters ready? Stand by.
You had to start with a mag out of the rifle and then load it, which again added movement. So now the bridge was starting to move a little bit. I was trying to stand as still as I possibly could. Had to hit those 4 back targets, and then we had to unload, keeping around in the chamber, and then going after that steel that's out there for a bonus. And I was able to hit the bonus. Now you can really see this bridge starting to wobble. You can see how wobbly this thing is. For an old guy like myself, that was quite an adventure. And then the next was really what I would call sort of a run and gun. There was point value for A zone, C zone, D zone, so there was an accuracy component to this competition, but all the targets were not obscured, at least in this stage. In other stages they were running white on white, which made it a little bit difficult to see.
Shit.
And yeah, just a reload right at the last target. That was just sort of a bummer. Just added another 10 seconds to my time, which I'm slow as it is starting out here, so a lot of fun time. I'm going back here to get my Bakelite. They're very expensive, as some of you know.
Alpha Charlie. Alpha Charlie.
All right, some Alpha Charlies, not bad. And I think this gentleman is going to give me the full score here, full score in time.
87-86 your time, so you got 22 alphas, 12. Okay.
Yeah, that bridge is a lot harder than I was thinking, man.
It's a little shaky.
Yeah.
So this right here, I think it was called Run and Gun. And I'm slow as shit on this, man. Again, I don't know. This is just building experience, and when I look back on how I should have shot this versus how the more experienced shooters were shooting this stage, they were just plastering these things with rounds and running. And I'm, really just sort of trying to be accurate and stopping and not moving as fast as I should. So, a lot more practice needed on shooting on the move, definitely. But, again, I'm pretty slow here. What people liked about this event is that it was a lot of run and gun, and I would say on the flip side of the coin, the criticism is that it was a little too generic, and people wanted, maybe a more thematic, context to it, and some different types of obstacles and props and stuff like that. So those were the two sort of sides of the coin. For the guys that love running and gunning, I mean, this was your match, man. I actually enjoyed the match. It was just different from what I was used to, say, at Cold War, which is very prop heavy, thematic type of shooting competition. So again, aside from my speed here, completed it under par. You know, was still feeling pretty good about how, at least for me, I was making it through the stages without parring out. I was pretty stoked about that. So that was my main goal. And again, just to compete in the competition and complete the competition.
All right.
And again, you can see these stages are all pretty similar. So again, back to the criticism of they all sort of look alike.
Loaded start. Take side picture if you need to. Load and make ready.
And again, here, just a lot of targets. They were bringing in some more angles on this one stage. So, you know, you had to run inside this box here with this outlined in red.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
That's DJ Blaze, who was our RO. He was great, brought a lot of personality and energy to our squad, so it was great to have him. Trying to brace the rifle here to give me just a little more support going after some of those longer targets down range. But you do have to be careful with the AK when you're bracing like that. I was in another, event, the Cold War, and I braced against it. And of course, it has a reciprocating charging handle, and that caused me to short stroke. So, you know, you do have to be aware of that. And I'm still really trying to understand how to plan these stages out, both for mag changes and where to shoot what when. And some of these I just got confused. Like, did I hit that target? Did I not? Let me shoot it again. And again, that all just starts to add time to your score.
Shooter, if you are finished, unload and show clear. Oh, yeah. Clear. Hammer. Cool. Let's show how we do shit. Right? Squad, homie.
Okay, so we're on to our next stage. Again, pretty short here. A lot of targets, couple of angles, nothing too major.
Okay, you ready, sir?
Ready to load.
Okay, yeah, step up on the X's there. Oh, you're good. Is this heel? We don't have it. Yeah, it's heel. It is heel. Okay, yeah, so you're good.
Good?
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, take side picture, if you do anything.
I'm asking if he was good because, you know, other places where I shoot, like if you don't, you know, you have to wait for the RO to say enter the box and load and make ready. So I'm sort of preconditioned to that, and these guys were, you know, maybe just a touch more casual. But that's why I was asking. And then this mag here was giving me some problems. I think it's a US mag, if I recall. It might be made in the US, but for whatever reason, I had some issues with that. I just dropped it and went to grab one of my others. It's one of those US mags that's made to look like a Russian mag, you know, steel. But this particular AK just wasn't taking it. It was working earlier, but for whatever reason, maybe it was me. Who the hell knows? But I just dropped it and grabbed something else. I tend to like starting on my left and working my way right. I'm always worried about getting to DQ, and I feel if I'm starting on my right and working my way left, particularly with mag changes, you can get DQ'd as you're bringing that rifle around to load your mag. It's just one of those things. I tend to prefer going left to right since I'm more of a right-handed shooter. Got a little bit of steel there. Had to get 6 shots on it. You know, and again, just looking back on this thing, I am so slow, man. I got to be like faster with these trigger pulls and going to target, and just all shit to work on in your training by yourself, really.
Unload and show clear.
You know, and I watch like the more experienced shooters and guys that really compete and take it quite seriously. They're just blazing through this shit, man.
Shooter.
Now, granted, I'm 20 years
Shooter, are you ready?
they're senior, but still, I need to be doing better. Like, for example, this is a super short stage here. Like, literally, what you see here is the stage. And, I mean, man, I should have been blazing through this in, like, hindsight. I'm just slow as shit. And again, these were some of these white targets, white on white, and you can see where they really blend in, and so you do have to be careful because it's super easy. They're considered two separate targets, and it's super easy to sort of miss that.
Nice. All right, shooter, if you are finished, unload and show clear. Excuse me.
Nice.
All right, clear. Hammer down, muzzle up or down. Okay.
Yes, I do.
This is the first time I've ever shot with one of these rifle barricades. I'm not sure what they're called. Never had any experience on one of these before. This was the first time. There's a steel target down there with two hanging steel plates. Small ones. Maybe 3 inches in diameter. Maybe a little larger. And here with the magnifier on, I feel like I'm getting more of the wood coming into my sight picture. Now I'm trying to turn it and find the sight picture. This was pretty challenging for me. Again, it's just not having any experience on this type of obstacle. And the old man getting down into position. And this is probably one of the hardest angles or slats. Had to turn the rifle, you know, on its side there. Just a little more awkward. Yeah, and there's some targets way downrange, some soft targets. And again, you gotta love the mag changes. I was practicing mag changes prior to this tournament, also in preparation for Cold War, and I'm really glad that I did. I think my best time was about 8.5 seconds. I mean, that's not good, you know, compared to the guys you see out there on the internet doing it, you know, in 5 seconds and whatnot. But I was, you know, probably starting at like, you know, 12 to 15. So working it down to 8 really helped with this competition. I really do like my setup of a red dot with a magnifier. I felt it worked really well, particularly for this event. There wasn't anything super long here.
Clear.
Up.
Down, muzzle up. All right, come on. Start position wherever you choose.
Do we load and make ready on this one?
Go ahead and take some sight pictures, and then when you're ready, load and make ready.
Yeah, I think on this particular stage, we had a steel target that then triggered a you know, moving placard. So that was a little bit different from the other stages. And again, apologize for the wind here.
Yes.
Do you need a moment, or are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
I should get sponsored by Holosun. Look at that. I was trying to figure out when to go for the steel because I wanted to get some of that energy out of that target, and I, you know, sort of didn't enact my own strategy here.
Gotta keep going?
And then, as you can see, the target
Didn't go.
didn't fall right.
Stop. Stop. Clear it out. Yeah, cleared out.
So basically, I had to reshoot this particular stage.
Range is clear. Fix the prop and tape.
All right, here we go for take 2. They got the target fixed. The one thing I took away as I'm building experience with shooting matches is you really have to work the corners. You know, I wasn't as efficient doing that on this match, but as I've gone through more competitive matches since, working the corners is really vital. Yeah, just slow as molasses going from target to target.
Shit.
I think I had the safety on there. I was tending to enact the safety. You didn't have to unless you were moving really, like a long ways. You could just go and shoot, but you get into these habits and you're flipping that safety back and forth, and then it sort of bites you a little bit. Yeah, and then a few way down range. It was really hard to see. You can see the sun starting to basically come down right in front of us. And hard to see, you can't really confirm hits at those further targets, so I was just pumping some extra rounds down there to make sure.
Hammer down, muzzle up or down, whichever you prefer, safety. Range is safe!
I got most of the targets, or filmed most of the stages except for one, so you'll see most everything except for one stage here. And these guys it looks like I may have hit
So close,
one.
but no cigar.
2 Alpha. Yeah. Charlie Delta. 2 Alphas on this. Yeah, Charlie on this. Perfect. Yeah.
Did I get these? Nope. Shit.
Yep.
I knew I forgot
Story
something.
of my life, man. I always seem to forget
Damn it.
one set of targets.
Okay, for Red October, what I'm shooting is a Meridian Defense. It's a 1968 AK47 made out of a parts kit. I've got a Holosun 403 Holosun magnifier. The gun ran flawlessly today, and couldn't be happier with it. And we'll see how the scores turn out, but really had a great day here at Red October 2024. And see you guys later.
Yeah, so all in all, I felt good that I competed in the match. Didn't know what to expect. I was way nervous going into this match. And final, they had about 217 people for this match. I finished 142 out of 217. And then for seniors, which unfortunately is now the division that I compete in, I came in 19th out of 34. So again, for me, I felt like, I shot it well, but speed was my biggest weakness and areas that I have to work on. So anyway, hope you enjoyed watching it, and thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe if you like this content. Thank you very much.